Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. If you're new with us today, we have a welcome packet for you. Back at the back wall, there's a blue folder. And if you'd like, you can pick it up on the way. If you want a tour of the grounds, we'd be happy to show you around our grounds. They're beautiful. We like to show them off. And so far, we'll have a song from Living in Love.
Please stand as you're able for our opening song, In the Light, in the Love, and the Glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, and the glory. In the light, in the love, and the glory. In the light, in the love, and the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, and the glory. In the light, in the love, and the glory. In the light, in the love, and the glory, I am. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am.
Isn't she wonderful? Wow. I'm Christy Carr, and I want to invite you to the Center for Spiritual Living, where we inspire and empower people to live spiritually fulfilling lives. If you need prayer service today, Christine, Mary, and I will be by the bell after service and available to do prayer service with you. Let's all turn and wave at the camera, and then when you're done, greet each other. I'd like to thank all the wonderful people in service this morning that helped make this service possible. Also, if you haven't done yet, please silence your cell phones or any other device that may go off. I have some things to tell you about, but first, Cher wants to come up and enjoy something about the SOAR group.
Well, good morning. In your program, you'll see there's a SOAR adventure coming up on February 21st. And you guys in this congregation right now have the first chance to sign up today because they're limiting it to 20 people. So once this update goes out to the world on Facebook and our page, then it could fill up very, very fast. And I already have 5 reservations from our last SOAR adventure. So I want to give all of you first chance to sign up. If they let me lead a group, then there's no problem. Because last time we did this event, we had like 39 people. And then I can lead a group and then they can lead a group. But if that's not the case, then we're limited to 20 for the RSVP. And you will be receiving that update this week coming up in your email or on the SOAR page. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, so next, the new member T is today, and right back there we'll meet. And for those having questions about the center, please come ask anything you'd like. There will be a children's church meeting after the service today for anyone interested in leading a Sunday once a month. So please, if you're interested, meet up at the cottage, the children's cottage. Tomorrow evening, both the women's group and the men's group are starting from 7 to 8:30. Friday, February 13, there's a class that begins Be Here Now and Beyond, exploring the teachings and legend of Ram Dass. I see there's a lot of people going already, but it is on Zoom if you'd like to join also. It's from 3:30 to 5:30, no, 3:30 to 5, February 13th. It's on, you can either come in or you could be on Zoom. And if you wanted to learn Reiki, and become a certified practitioner, we have a class being offered for that. Upon completion of those 2 classes, you will be certified as a practitioner, Reiki 1 and 2. There's a registration form back in the foyer. Also, if I haven't mentioned everything, it's in your flyer and back on the wall. We have a lot of activities coming up. So I'd like to invite Lori up to do the reading, and then I'll be up to do the spiritual mind treatment. I gotta set her up here. I'm going.
First, we're going to start off with a bit of humor. A man died and was met by St. Peter at the pearly gates, who said, "To give us a more complete picture of you, can you tell me one incident from your life that showed you to be of high character, noble, and courageous?" The man thought for a moment, then said, "I once came upon a group of bikers who were harassing an elderly man in the parking lot of a truck stop. I was so angry at what I was witnessing, but I knew that I had to let my cool head prevail. So I ran over and kicked over their motorcycles." St. Peter was impressed and said, "Wow, when did this happen?" To which the man replied, "Oh, about 2 minutes ago." And now a poem by Maya Spector called Edge Dwellers. When you live in the borderlands, it isn't easy to feel safe, perched on the edge. You know the queasiness of looking down into bottomless voids. You learn to sense the subtle and distinct shifts between realms. You know the dreams and the nightmares, the precariousness of awareness. You understand at last that there is no absolute comfort,
because security is a fantasy. This is your job, edge dweller, to see this life as holy work, to maintain vigilance and vision, to sometimes turn away from the edge, to muster up courage and insight, to be who and what you are, to call the edge your home.
Let's take a big breath, and as we do, lower our gaze. Excuse me. I know that there is one life, one infinite present expressing itself as all creation. This love is light, wisdom, and guidance, and it lives fully as each one right here, right now. I recognize that when we stand on the edge of change or uncertainty, we stand in God. We are never outside divine care. The edge of life is not a place of fear, but a place of sacred ground when new possibilities are born. Today, I affirm that we walk forward with the faith and courage. Divine intelligence guides every step. Divine love supports every step. We are safe to grow, to trust the unfoldment as life. I am in gratitude for this gathering. I know inspiration is present. Peace fills this place, and truth reveals itself to every willing heart. I release this word into the law, knowing that it is done, and together we say, and so it is. Reverend Sue.
And they got here right when I did today, so that's pretty cool that we both made it, right? Yeah. Oh, good morning. So I have a couple of things I want to share with you that I left on the back with Susan, the board member today. And one is announcing when our Gwen is going to be doing her play that we were talking about last week. And so the schedule of that is on the back desk to pick up if you are interested in watching her be a star in a play. And I also, one of the prayers I'm going to use today is there for you to take as well if it's something that's meaningful to you. And the other thing is part of my talk that we received yesterday from our presenter, Joko, that was talking about to the SAGE group. And I wanted to share it with all of you because I found her information worthy of sharing with all of us. So those are my little pieces of information I wanted to share. I also, before I start, I know that Reverend Helen Cummings from the Zen Priory is going to be offering just a one day. And Jen, is that this Wednesday? Okay, I didn't hear that in the announcements, but it most likely is in your program. And it's just a one day time, workshop with her, and she's talking about compassion. And if you haven't had the privilege of enjoying Reverend Helen speak, it's a really a lovely opportunity. So that is on Wednesday, and I believe it starts at 3. So it's just a couple hours, but it's well worth it to get to spend the time with such a spiritual woman. Okay, announcement. Oh, one more. One more from me. We just found out over the weekend, and I need to let all of you know who love Phoebe Fazio, that she needs to postpone her sound healings for a little bit of time. She's had a fall and broke her leg. So she's had surgery. She's doing fine, as only Phoebe can do. So positive, so positive. So let us just know in this moment, and I know she's watching from the hospital. So Phoebe, we love you, and all of us here hold the healing of light flowing through you and your bones. So we're talking about embracing the edge all month. Brings up a lot. And today we're looking at walking now the edge of life. So the contemplative question that the organization offers us to consider this week is, what does it look like to live my truth when it feels risky and uncomfortable? So living our truth is where we are today. This is what we have been building in our consciousness over the past several years, actually. Many of us here have come for so long that the philosophy is deeply embedded in our heart space. We've studied together in classes, and we've spent time in various workshops and looking at various YouTube videos that support this message. But now, what does it mean? What does it really mean to walk the talk, to walk at the edge of life? So we show up as that in our way of being in the world. So consider this as I speak it today. Try to recognize where you're still tender in yourself and a little bit shy to show up as fully who you are. And last week, I mentioned about the Buddhist monks walking the edges of life for peace. And if you are on Facebook or some social media network, and you just look up the Buddhists walking for peace, you'll get the most beautiful, inspiring information to make you feel like you just want to go out and walk here in the same consciousness. So I know for those men that it has had its risks and hardships, but still they walk on, and they walk in silence. Even as people try to greet them, they don't respond other than with love and namaste. And they receive gifts and flowers, little treasures along the way, dog biscuits for the dog, and just continues on. It all shows up in their eyes and in their heart and in their expression, in their demeanor. They are embodying peace. What started out of Texas in just a small little area from their ashram, from their monastery, whatever they are calling that, they started the route, and they ended on Valentine's Day at the steps of the Capitol of Washington, D.C. When they first started, people came out curious, lined the streets, a few here and there. Now there's thousands of people. Isn't that lovely? Now the leader does speak. They do open up a university, and so many people can go in and hear the talk. It's all about peace. But along the way, there's no message other than walk with us in peace. So I wanted to really emphasize that, because these crowds of people that are showing up are of all ages, little babies, all the way up to elders, up to people in wheelchairs, and also those that want to put up a sign and debate them on their beliefs. They simply bow. They don't argue, they bow. It's pretty powerful to me when you see this kind of walk and the reverence that is demonstrated just by getting to see these men undeterred by the weather or by the crowds or even by the gifts that are bestowed upon them. They walk on. They keep walking on with this sweet acknowledgement to so many of the people. They don't turn away. They take their time. And these people are showing up and realizing how much support they have for the cause that they walk for. And they too return with no words, but bowing low and deep with this love and affection. So it is so beautiful to see this alongside some of the other things that we might be seeing in the news. So when we witness this as a determination to walk their beliefs, values, and demonstrate to all of us what life might look like if we too took that challenge to walk into the edge of life with that. So that's what we're going to look at a little bit today, because I believe at this time in our evolution of being here that we too are called to live up to our values, our beliefs, and our sincerity to no longer keep any of this hidden or quiet. They have been our inner compass, these beliefs and values that we carry inside of us. They've always guided us. But now, as we allow them to become visible to others, just by choosing today to make that commitment, I too walk in truth, immersed in a presence that lives and breathes and moves through me. Because this has shaped all of us on who we are today and what we have done up until now in our lifetime. A beautiful affirmation that the organization invites us to think about this week is, I live my truth even beyond my comfort zone. See, that's where it really matters. Going outside your comfort zone and being what you want to be, being what you want others to be. So this is also the season for nonviolence, which I've been a follower of ever since it started way back when. And it honors the nonviolence principles of ahimsa, it's called in the yogic tradition, but nonviolence that Gandhi stood for in all of his work. And Gandhi influenced Martin Luther King. So it honors those two men, and Cesar Chavez also picked up those same ideas of ahimsa, nonviolence. And it's when you say yes to ahimsa and nonviolence, it is life's work from there on. So I'm going to share I have so many books of Gandhi in my library, and I always find something new. One of my favorites, which I have seen in our bookstore, is Gandhi the Man. And this particular one was written by Eknath Eswaran. And he no longer is living, but he had the privilege of spending time and observing Gandhi. And so the book is a pictorial information to you, as well as some beautiful writings that Eswaran gives to us about his time with Gandhi. So I want to share some of the words of Gandhi. This is what he said. These are his exact words. I am not a visionary. I claim to be a practical idealist. I have not a shadow of a doubt that any man and any woman can achieve what I have if he or she would make the same effort and cultivate the same hope, the same faith. So I love bringing Gandhi into our conversation today because he is an example. If we wanted to know how this looks or how this unfolds, he did live a life of truth. He influenced others just by living the truth as he came to understand it. Now that's an important message right there, because his autobiography is filled with how he had to learn the truth as it was coming to him. So let me share a little bit about that, because eventually all the guidance that he was receiving became ultimately the way he lived in the world, the way he acted in the world. And he was introduced to it through the Gita, through the Bhagavad Gita. And as a child, that was his teaching. That was the Bible to his upbringing. But it wasn't until he was in England, years later, when he was in schools, and he was with his English friends, and they were reading an English interpretation of the Gita, that he suddenly had a glimpse as well, not only hearing the words, knowing that the words struck a heart chord in him, but he also realized this, how practical it was. And so he started to engage with the practicality of the teachings of the Gita. And he shares in that a time the Gita's words went straight to his heart. Has that happened to you when you've read one of your most favorite scriptures? Doesn't it just go right to your heart? That's a clue. That's a clue that it's your truth to listen to. And so back in South Africa, these truths began to penetrate his actions as well. And we know that he walked into a land that was in a lot of controversy with the British rule. And there were some things that needed to change. And I quote again, this is what he said: the Gita became what he called a spiritual reference book, the practical guide through the dangers and challenges he encountered as he deepened his search for truth. Think about how we are all here today, deepening our search for truth. Because I believe this is what we're all seeking, this level of deep comfort that pierces the heart, to find a truth that resonates with us at the absolute soul level. And living less than that, when we discover what that is, living anything less than that, I believe is the root of our suffering. I think we get so disappointed in ourselves when we fall off the edge. And sometimes we point the finger when we have stumbled on our path. We point the finger. Oh, it's them out there. They're so irritating, those people. How can they be doing what they're doing? And then we realize, oh, it was my intention not to judge this week. Man, that happens fast. I get annoyed so quickly that I'm pointing the finger out there. How dare they? How dare they ruin my bubble? So I want us to think about that. He says it this way: truth resides in every human heart. Do you believe that? Do you believe that for yourself wholeheartedly? And one has to search for it there and to be guided by the truth as one sees it. But no one has a right to coerce others to act according to his own point of view. Dang, why is that stuck in there? I just want people to do it my way. I've told you I'm controlling. But no one has the right to coerce others to act according to our own view of truth. So this autobiography that I mentioned that Gandhi wrote, it's subtitled, "My Story of My Experiments with Truth." That sounds easier. Let's experiment this week of being non-judgmental. Let's just experiment this week by practicing nonviolence in our actions and in our words. He eventually named his way of being empowered to overcome the injustices of that time. He called it satyagraha, which means holding on to truth. He also calls truth soul force. Ooh, that's empowering. Soul force. If you break down the word sat in Sanskrit, that word alone, just 3 letters, and you hear it a lot in sacred chants. It's that which is with the capital I. It just is the truth, the beauty. And in Sanskrit, satya itself means truth alone exists. To expand the understanding then, for truth is not what holds good just at a certain time, in a certain place, or under certain conditions, but it's a truth. It's a truth that never changes. Evil, injustice, hatred, Gandhi argued, exist insofar as we support them. They have no existence on their own. Now, Science of Mind talks about that as well. That's not a new thought to us here, but it's one that we might not digest fully. Because if we want to look at that and really realize that if we didn't feed it so much energy, if I didn't get so high and mighty in my judgments at times, see, that's feeding that energy, that's feeding that ugliness out there. It just gets bigger, it just gets more ugly. And I know the truth, and I know I have the power within me to dissolve that pattern of thinking right then and there. It's very, very similar. As most of you know, the Science of Mind principles, that this is how you can also see how it penetrated Martin Luther King's personal power and all that he did out in the world, taking people to the lunch counters and just sitting, not reacting, not yelling. It's so profound as we strive to now consider, can I just choose one day this week to practice nonviolent resistance? In our world today, I want to choose just this one day to start walking my talk in such a way not to accept or cooperate in any way with the injustices we have been seeing. We are freer already. Already you stand freer when you stand in your truth. And he challenges us to consider selecting our purpose now. Select your purpose, but selflessly. Choose that with selflessness, without any thought of personal pleasure or profit, and then use this selfless means to attain your goal. And choose never to resort to violence, even if what is before you is wanting you so deeply to react. And by reacting ever unskillfully, you're just causing more harm. And it only contradicts your purpose. So he advocates using the means of what we know, love and respect. Throw your heart, throw your soul into whatever cause you stand for the good to unfold, for the well-being of all. Again, holding to the truth, as is the intention of Satyagraha. So I want to close a little bit about talking to him by this beautiful passage. So he describes, this is Gandhi, a Satyagrahi bids goodbye to fear. He is therefore never afraid. He's never afraid of trusting the opponent, even if the opponent plays him false 20 times. The Satyagrahi is ready to trust him the 21st time. For an implicit trust in human nature is the very essence of his creed, of his personal creed. In Satyagraha, it is never the numbers that count, it's always the quality. More so when the force of violence is uppermost. Then it is often forgotten that it is never the intention of a Satyagrahi to embarrass the wrongdoer. The appeal is never to his fear. It is and must be always to his heart. The Satyagrahi's object is to convert, not to coerce the wrongdoer. He should avoid artificially in all his doings. He acts naturally and from inward conviction. And you can do this because it's coming from you, your own truth. You can act naturally from your own convictions for whatever you stand for. And he goes on to say, it is gentle, it never wounds. It must not be the result of anger or malice. It is never fussy, never impatient. It is the direct opposite of compulsion. It was conceived as a complete substitute a complete substitute for violence. So there's his vision, and he walked it. He walked it. So as I mentioned, the Buddhist monks and Gandhi, for the sole purpose of just sharing examples of what it looks like to walk in truth and to live in truth from the inside now out. Walking on the razor's edge is walking on the edge of life. We have to face that temptation to just step out of line here and there. We have to avoid that temptation. Because if you truly are committing to a life of truth and you falter thereafter, it will become, as I mentioned, the source of your suffering. And something else is common between the monks and Gandhi and our teaching. And it comes, for my purposes here, from a scripture in the Gita. And see if you hear it. He lives in wisdom, who sees himself in all and all in him, whose love for the Lord of love has consumed every selfish desire and sense craving, tormenting the heart. That's namaste. That is this with no words. I see you. I see the divine in you. That's why those monks are bowing. They see the oneness that we long to feel in our lifetime. As Gandhi, Eshwaran described that when they were doing this reading of this particular passage, he was watching Gandhi meditate and just became absorbed in those words. And through the silence, the meaning and feeling of the scriptures were transforming Gandhi right before Eshwaran's eyes. And he became a living testimony of unity with the One. Howard Thurman was another author that is one for you to look up and kind of explore some of his writings. And he is highlighted this month as well. And he says, by prayer, by the deep inward gaze, which opens the eyes of the soul. So think about when you're meditating, that deep inward gaze, opening the eyes of your soul to behold the presence of God. A person feels the steady rhythm of life itself. God seems to be behind the scenes of all persons, all things, and events. The deep hunger now to be understood is at last seen to be one and the same with the hunger to understand. Sounds like St. Francis' prayer, to be understood and to understand. It's equal. Humans, it goes on, human need in all of its dimensions is the swinging door into the innermost life of another. To put it differently, it is the point at which the spirit is most highly sensitized for communication. If a person is moved from within their own spirit to do the deed of ministering to the need of another, and if the need of another is the point at which the spirit is most highly sensitized, then it follows that the good deed is a meeting place for the mingling of one life with another. You can feel that oneness. When somebody calls for a prayer and you follow through writing the prayer, and they know it, they receive it. It's a whole nother level of communication. What a person has experienced in insight, they achieve in the deed. So now all the things that have propelled our hearts to want to be a better human being, we now take action, and we're starting to see the differences being made right now. So he goes on, it is no longer an offering merely of money or time or services, or viewed as a sacrifice or a cause for merit, recognition, or glory. It's none of that. It is a simple sacrament involving all of a person as their spirit moves through the swinging door of need into the very citadel of another's spirit. That is seva. That is selfless service to God. Not a God thing out there, but the God in you and the God in me, the God in all. It's so profound as we strive to practice nonviolent resistance in our world today, so as we're not accepting and cooperating with any of the injustices, but we're standing in that truth. And when you feel that truth living in you, here's where I want to share what happened yesterday with Joko. She spent the day with the sages of our center in her workshop, and she is an experienced death doula who has amplified our need to spend time. Her invitation was to spend time crafting a tiny legacy that you would be remembered by, that you want to be remembered by. To understand and to understood, that works there again. What would that be for you? And that's the prompts I left back there for you. She said, only a paragraph. Just contemplate it and let it flow. Let the answer flow. Her question's simple. And they didn't ask you to go research anything, go look up something in your yearbook. It's just knowing from a deep sense of who you are. She said, consider your life. The present time. How do you want now to direct your energy? What qualities do you want to be known for? Now, these are the questions back there. How are you using your voice? What are you good at? What do people say about you now? What do people say about you now that you want them to continue to say? Isn't that a lovely one? What do you most want people to remember? She said, simple answers are encouraged here because all of this captures the simple legacy that describes you. And her advice or encouragement, once you have this, it becomes a compass. This is what caught me the most. You write this legacy, this tiny legacy. You review, you soul search those questions. And then what? You live it. You live it. You leave it somewhere where you can remember who you are. So I just imagine where that might take you. Who is the you that lives this way? If this is what you want to be seen as, and you see yourself as, who is the you that lives this way? It's powerful. It ties back what we're talking about today, because ultimately the question is, what is your compass of truth? You heard a little bit of Gandhi's, you heard a little bit about the monks, but what do you value? What do you believe? And that reveals the sketching of the truth of you. You're walking there now when you do this work, on the edge of life as you show up for that which lives within you. It is free now. You have given it license to just move through you in the most authentic ways, even when it feels scary, even when you get that lump in your throat, that constriction in the heart space, because it feels a little scary. But these are the insights from your soul that are calling you home, to be who you are, to allow these inner insights not to stay hidden any longer. But just like that song, and just like the song they started with today, we let that little light within you shine. Now, as I move through the rest of this, the basic principles of science of mind are here for us to realize we always have known that what we think and believe shapes our reality. We are being called now to really put that into practice and right action, to embody our values as part of the vision we hold for a kinder world, one that behaves with respect and kindness. And yes, we do have to look past some ugliness, our fears of being rejected, being misunderstood, being ridiculed for standing up for what we believe is the greater good for all. But remember, No one has to do what you say, but you are honoring the truth within you individually, remembering we are all one here. So Earnest Holmes says so sweetly, think of this whole world as your friend, but you must also be the friend of the whole world. In this way and with this simple practice, you will draw to you so many friends that the time will be too short to enjoy them all. Refuse to see the negative side of anyone. Refuse to let yourself misunderstand or be misunderstood. Affirm this wherever you go, and then you will find things just as you wish them to be. And that comes out of the writings of the essential Earnest Holmes. Now, is this an easy lesson to take home, to strive towards? It depends. Because you can show up from here on as the truth that lives in you, even if it feels risky. But from your heart, you'll know, only you'll know. Nobody's judging you. But I can testify, knowing many of you the way I know you, that I boldly say, yes, you can. Yes, you can do this. And knowing that you're walking on the edge, as we all are, we're walking into an unknown as well that feels even more risky. But know that that unknown is always filled with divine potentiality, the glorious divine potentiality. You might experience the vulnerability, but that is the grist for the mill. And what grows you is what is calling you from within. It's going to be no surprise. Above all, have faith. Have faith in your inner compass. You won't be misdirected. You won't be. Even if others get snarky, let it go. That's on them. Leave it on them. Stay strong. Stay strong for the next few days until it becomes the next month, till it becomes the next month after that, till it becomes the next year, till it becomes just such a part of you that you speak your words of truth and you know you're free. Sometimes we've witnessed it. It isn't easy seeing God in another. I understand that. But if we can stop at that portal where we almost are judging, and we're almost dwelling on how negative and irritating they are, and we choose then to shield our hearts and choose to speak our truth. Maybe it's as simple as, okay, you be you and I'll be me. Speaking and allowing yourself to speak is key here. There's no need to shout. Use your safe voice with others. That gets more attention than shouting. Watch when you're using the phrases that cut people off. When they try to share and you say, whatever, it cuts through. It stops things. Know that if you listen, you will be listened to as well. And ultimately, the idea is to seek to see something good in another. And see, I stand here knowing all these years that we all have this courage, and we can tread lightly here, even with each other. We can practice with each other. But step by step, it's what the monks have showed us. I know we can show up in the uncomfortable moments. I know we can, knowing that what we're doing is building our faith in action. So I believe I am complete there with those words. I have many more quotes because this simply calls for quotes. But Earnest Holmes, I'll close with that, and I'll invite Judy up. The prayer I'm going to share with you is the one the monks are using, and it'll be delivered at the White House as well. But Earnest Holmes says, mind made us free. And in that freedom, we may turn to it for guidance. But you see, nothing is forcing us to turn towards it. If we turn in recognition of what it is and what we are, we may accept as a result of this direct relationship a new set of values. And think about this: a stronger faith, a more complete sense of belonging to one another, an influx into our minds of a greater awareness of the true nature of the great creative power that is at the source of all things. Yes, we can resist change, even that which is better for us. We also appear to resist being what we really are. We need to learn carefully and surely to permit ourselves to accept the fuller expression of the mind, of God, of spirit that is within each of us. So clear. So with that in mind, with your hearts at the edge of the opening, hear this prayer of the monks, this prayer for universal peace. Breathe with it. May our parents be well, happy, and peaceful. May our relatives be well, happy, and peaceful. May our friends be happy, well, and peaceful. May all indifferent persons be well, happy, and peaceful. May any unfriendly persons be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings in this area be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings in our city be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings in our state be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings in our country be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings in the universe be well, happy, and peaceful. May the suffering ones be suffering free. May the fearful be free from fear. May the grieving shed all grief. May you and all beings be well, happy, and at peace. Words spoken, words shared. We take them deep into the soil of our own heart. And we recognize now the beautiful opportunity to bow to one another more authentically. It means something. It means something about love without words. No hugs. Just a bow. You can still hug. But that universal safe opportunity now, we greet one another. First and foremost, letting this truth precede our way forward. We bow. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. And so it is. Thank you for listening. Now you too.
is the starlight glowing within you, guiding with a rainbow hue. And I know it's love, and I see it shining through your eyes. Shining so bright is the same light glowing within me, as we're sharing electricity. And I know it's love, and I feel it flowing through my heart. So where do we start? All that I am, all that I'm asking for is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. And all that we need to succeed is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. Know that I know what it takes to live a life that is whole. I give my heart and my soul, shining love everywhere that I go. Filling up my heart just to give this love right back to you. There's nothing I would rather do than spend this life giving back to the world. And what does it need? All that I am, and all that I'm asking for is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. And all that we need to succeed is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. Ooh. All that I am, and all that I'm asking for is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. And all that we need to succeed is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. Is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. Is love, is love, is love, is love, is love.
Thank you. I think she could probably sing anything. Can I have the ushers come forward, please? You can sing about a cat, man. As I prepare to give my offering, my heart is filled with love and appreciation, since what I am offered here today is for my spiritual well-being. I am filled with gratitude, knowing life stays in balance, for as I give, I receive. I give thanks for the blessed donations received here in the offering this morning and during the week. I know each dollar supports this spiritual family in many ways as we grow together, pray together, and give thanks for all that this center has been blessed with today and always. And so it is.
We have a closing song. I just wanted to remind you that there's a circle back there for leadership to sit, and the people interested in just hearing about what it means to be a member here. And there'll be treats there, but you can also move through the food line in the social hall. We don't want to restrict that fun part too. So we will meet back here, probably start this circle at about 11:30 to give you time to refresh yourself a little bit. And the practitioners are up here if you need spiritual prayer support. And I just have to give you a message before you leave. So don't you leave without saying goodbye to me personally, okay? I speak to her like she's my daughter. Because you're already my son, remember, from last time. So thank you all for being here, and enjoy their final song, and then we'll join the peace song together, and let it sing out loud and clear today. How's that? Yeah, we'll make a difference. Thank you.
Let me show you how to love. Let me show you how to love. Let it go. Let me show you how to love. Let me show you how to love. Let it go. I already know what your heart desires. Let it go. Don't you know I'm the one that lit the fire? Won't you show me how won't you show me how won't you show me how? Please, won't you show me? I am here to be holy. You are here to be holy. We are here to be wholly free. I am here to be holy. You are here to be holy. We are here to be wholly, wholly free. Here to be holy, you are here to be holy. We are here to be holy, wholly free. Holy free. Let me show you how to love. Let me show you how to love. Won't you show me how you love? Won't you show me how you love? United all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be Let it